All became silent and turned to look at the pale, tear-worn Anna Mikhailovna as she entered, and at the big, stout figure of Pierre, who, hanging his head, meekly followed her. So he's just this big guy just following Anna.
Meekly means hide.
Meekly.
Meh.
Yeah. Not anybody can go in the Count Bezouhov's room, okay?
Yeah.
So, but because she thought, okay, I brought the person that the Count wants to see, I can go in.
Oh, okay, very strong.
Yeah. Having said this, she went up to the doctor. Dear doctor, said she, this young man is the Count's son. Is there any hope?
Okay.
The doctor cast a rapid glance upwards and suddenly shrugged his shoulders.
What does it mean?
He looked up quickly.
Cast means look.
Cast means like, cast is like you go fishing, fishing?
Yeah.
So you take this stick and you cast. You like
Oh,
cast.
Young.
Okay, so she cast. So the doctor cast
Rapid glance.
a rapid glance upwards and silently shrugged his shoulders.
Upwards. Glance
Look
upward.
up because he's sitting down. Anna came over. Is there any hope? So she's looking up at her. Probably.
Oh.
Or maybe he's just looking. Maybe she's asking who knows? So it's like maybe looking at the ceiling. Who knows?
Oh.
Anna Mikhailovna, with just the same movement, raised her shoulders and eyes, almost closing the latter, and sighed and moved away from the doctor to Pierre. So she repeated what the doctor did. She also did this. So the doctor did this, and Anna did this.
Oh, almost close to the ladder.
Yeah.
What the ladder?
Eyes, almost closing her eyes.
That means the eyes.
Ladder means the ladder. There's two things: raise her shoulders and eyes. Almost closing the latter. Latter means the eyes.
Oh, okay.
Sighed and moved away from the doctor to Pierre.
Mm.
To him, in a particular respectful and tenderly sad voice, she said, "Trust in his mercy," and pointing out a small sofa for him to sit and wait for her. So she showed you go there and sit.
What does this mean?
Trust in God's mercy. Trust in God. Oh, mercy is just like kind of like forgiveness, goodness of God, that He'll take care of you stuff. Okay, not make it too painful for you. Let you go easily. Let's put it that way. And
she let the Pierre to sit down.
Yeah. She went silently toward the door that everyone was watching, and it creaked very slightly as she disappeared behind. So she went inside. To see the Count.
But didn't allow Pierre inside.
Not yet. Pierre, having made up his mind to obey his monitress implicitly, toward the sofa she had indicated. As soon as Anna,
so he
obeyed her.
Having made up his mind to obey.
His whatever.
Maybe implicitly.
Implicitly means without questioning.
Without questioning, moved toward the sofa and
that she
had indicated.
As soon as Anna Mikhailovna had disappeared, he noticed that the eyes of all in the room turned toward him. Everybody was looking at him with something more than curious and sympathy. They're more than curious and sympathy. More than curiosity and sympathy. So it's more than just being curious and more than just being sympathy.
Curiosity, I mean. Sympathy means I know you. Sympathy means, oh, you're sad, I know you're feeling.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He noticed that they whispered to one another, casting, again, sensing casting. We just talk about cast.
Cast fishing?
Yeah, cast significant looks at him with a kind of awe and even servility. Servility means that they want to serve him. Kind of like, okay, you're the boss.
So why use the casting look at him?
Casting means, just like casting means like you're gonna go with the casting means you do something like this, right? You cast. So here they're casting their glance. They're casting their glance. What was this?
Okay, I should be serious. Okay.
A deference such as he had never before received was shown to him. Deference means respect. That was never shown to him before.
Oh.
A strange lady, the one who had been talking with the doctor, to the priests, rose and offered him her seat. You come sit here.
Oh.
An aide-de-camp picked up and returned a glove Pierre had dropped. So came and returned a glove The doctors became respectfully silent as he passed by, and moved to make way for him. At first Pierre wished to take another seat so as not to trouble the lady, and also to pick up the glove himself and to pass around the doctors. So Pierre did not want to sit there, let the lady sit there. He also wanted to pick up the glove himself, but the aide-de-camp already picked up for him, and he wanted to go around the doctors so they don't have to move away from him. But they all did that already for him. But all at once he felt that this would not do, and that tonight he was a person obliged to perform some sort of awful rite, awful ceremony, awful movement, awful doing something. He has to do something tonight. We don't know why he called it awful. Obliged means he has to. He has to do something. He has to do something, some sort of awful is terrible, rite. Rite means some kind of movement, some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of like a symbol, some kind of like show something, which everyone expected of him. He had to show something. Everybody expected him to do something. That he was therefore bound to accept their services. So he's bound. Bound means tied, tied, bound.
Tied?
To accept, bound. Yeah. So he was
bound.
Mean? Everybody's being so nice to him. He's wondering, I don't want people to be nice to me. But maybe he thought tonight something special is going to happen. That's why people are nice to him. So he thought maybe this is okay. He's okay. Maybe he has to accept their service.
Okay, so this awful means not good thing.
He thought it's not good. It's him. He thought that he has to do some terrible thing. I don't know what it is. This Pierre. So he took the glove in silence from the aide-de-camp and sat down in the lady's chair, placing his huge hands symmetrically on his knees in a naive attitude of an Egyptian statue. Egyptian Aichi, I don't know what you call that, statue, and decided in his own mind that all was as it should be, and that in order not to lose his head and do foolish things, he must not act on his own ideas tonight, but must yield himself up entirely to the will of those who were guiding him. Okay, so his huge hands, put it here, symmetrically, like a mirror, symmetric. Symmetric means same on this side and same on this side.
His knees.
In the naive attitude of Egyptian statue. Egyptian statue looks like this. There's one like this.
Yeah. So naive.
Like innocent and doesn't know anything. Naive.
Innocent people attitude.
Naive attitude. Innocent.
Yeah, innocent attitude
of
a student. Okay, and
decided in his own mind.
Decide what?
That all was as it should be. Everything is normal. This is how it should happen.
Okay.
And that in order not to lose his head, and that in order so he cannot lose his head. Lose his head means he cannot do foolish stuff. He must not act on his own ideas tonight. He cannot act on his ideas tonight. But must yield sign. You know yield sign? You have to yield. Red light, you have to yield. What does that mean?
Wait.
You have to yield. If there's somebody going there, you have to let him go.
Yeah.
So you have to yield himself. He has to stop himself from doing what he wants and yield himself to the will of those who were guiding him. So you have to yield himself. He has to follow entirely what other people want him to do.
Yield himself up entirely to the will of those
who were guiding
him. So he should wait until other people like
Not
him.
Not wait. He should follow what other people tell him to do.
Oh, she cannot do just what he likes.
Right. Okay, so we should stop here.
We can stop here.